All right, here we go with the second game. Quick turnaround time when they get us the information. I just barely get a chance to write it down. Dawson, Bosserman, Bard, Sanchez, Vaughter, Hutchison, Adams, Buffington, Freeman with Simmons on the mound. Jackson Jones is on the mound. He's from Valley View, Texas. He has a 15.58 ERA in 8.2 or 8 2/3 innings pitched. First pitch is outside, ball one. Dawson had a base hit, 2 walks, and a pop out, so 1 for 2 in the first game. That ball's a little bit low, so 2-0 the count on Cole Dawson. The Blue Devils took the first game today 8-3, so they've taken the first 3 of the series. That's a little bit low. On Thursday, they won 13-4, 10-0, and then the first game today, 8-3. So the Blue Devils trying to make the sweep here. Jackson, that's a little bit low. Jackson James hoping to do otherwise for his Cardinals, but a leadoff walk issued to Cole Dawson. That's going to bring up Parker Bosserman. Bosserman had a fly out, a walk, and 2 strikeouts, so he was 0 for 3 in the first game. He'll be up there with a runner at first. That pitch is outside. So 5 straight balls so far thrown by Jackson James, the left-hander from Labette. There's a strike called outside corner at the knees. Canales, Lalon, Torres, Trammell from left to right across the infield. Hyder, McCombs, and Woodman C across the outfield. Feliciano behind the plate and James. There's a strike right through there, so 1-2 the count with Feliciano catching this second game where Den Hode caught the first game. That misses a little bit up. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. James from Valley View, Texas. That's in the dirt. 3-2 the count on the second baseman, Bosserman. Welcome back, everyone, to this 4th and final game, scheduled 9-inning game of this series. There's a fly ball pop up over into foul territory. Going to take care of that is Trammell, the first baseman for the pop out. It's going to bring up Brendan Bard, the first baseman. Bard hit into a double play, strikeout, had to hit a double, and then a line drive into left field. So 1 for 4 officially on the day. He'll step in with a runner at first and 1 out to face James, the lefty. There's a strike called outside corner at the knees. 0-1 the count. Top of the first inning action here for the 4th and final game. Sunshiny day. There's a foul ball backing out of play. So quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Bard. There's a ball outside part of the plate, and he just slapped her down the right field line, but foul. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher, Josker Feliciano. Feliciano played third in the first game. The third baseman here in the second game is Canales. way outside. So after being down in the count 0-2, Bard has worked it back to 2-2 so far. There's a ball just headed for shallow right field, but that's taken care of by the second baseman, Marlon Torres. It's going to bring up Pablo Sanchez. He's the right fielder. He had a 2-run home run, a couple of strikeouts, and a pop out to the second baseman in the first game. Inside ball one. 1-0 the count. Pablo Sanchez, the right fielder for the Blue Devils. Outside. 2-0 the count. Top of the first inning action here in the second game of the day. Blue Devils took the first game 8-3. There's a strike right through there. 2 balls and a strike. It's a ground ball hit at Canales, and that's underneath Canales. So going first to third is Dawson. See if that scored a hit or an error. The ball didn't come up like he thought that it would. What are you scoring that over there, or do you have to? You don't have to, pardon? Gotcha. So that's going to be an error on the third baseman. That's what I would score it, even when they don't touch it. You know, it used to be you don't touch it, it's a hit. Well, he should have touched it. So that's going to be an error. Runners at second and third. And there's a ground ball by Vaughter at the second baseman, Torres. Torres up with it and over to Trammell for the 4-3 put out the last inning, or last out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. No score. All right, to the bottom half of the first we go. Trey Simmons will be on the mound. He went to Olathe West High School, has a 5.4 ERA in 15 innings pitched, I believe. Hyder, Woodmansee, and Trammell will be up for the Cardinals. There's a strike right through there. Hyder was 1 for 3 in the first game with a base hit, a couple of grounds outs. One of them ended up being a double play after an interference call. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2, and then he had a walk. So 1 for 3 officially in that first game. Down 0-2 the count to Simmons. There's a foul ball headed down the right field line. That's going to be in foul territory. Hutchison, Dawson, Bosserman, and Bard from left to right across the infield. Freeman, Adams, and Sanchez across the outfield. Buffington behind the plate. Simmons on the mound. There's a ball all the way back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, let's go! On a trip. Book with Priceline. You save more so you can woo.
There's a ball headed into right field, so Hyder leads off the game with a base hit to right field. That's going to bring up Woodman C. Woodman C had a home run, a walk, and a couple of ground outs in the first game. So at first base, after the leadoff hit is Hyder. Woodman C, the right fielder, will step in, lefty versus lefty here. Nobody out with that leadoff hit by Hyder. There's attempt at a bunt by Woodman C, and he misses the ball. But he did offer. 0-1 the count on the right fielder, Matt Woodman C. Lefty on the mound for the Blue Devils. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch. So quickly 0-2 the count. Simmons out ahead of Woodman C. Hyder, the left fielder, at first base after the hit into right field. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That's going to bring up Trammell. Trammell, number 35, he had a wicked line drive at the third baseman, his first at bat. Then he struck out. Then he had a base hit into left field. So 1 for 3 officially. He has had several base hits in this series, right between short and third for base hits into left field. That misses low and outside. So 1-0 the count on the first baseman, Trammell. Nicely blocked by Buffington at his feet. Hyder does not move up. Hyder with the leadoff hit. Then called out on strikes is Woodman C. Now Trammell at the plate. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch. So 2-2 the count now on Trammell. Runner goes. Throw to second, so a stolen base by Hyder. 3-2 the count now on Trammell. 3-1. 3-1. No worries. There's a ball headed down the left field line. Going to be foul. You slipped that one past me. So now it's 3-2. Runner at second base, just 1 out. Challenged him, they did. That's going to be in here. The catchers got everybody coming to take care of it. Bard almost runs over Trey Simmons. But Bard takes care of it for the out. Believe that was in fair territory, but nonetheless a pop out to the first baseman. That's going to bring up Josker Feliciano, the catcher, here in the second game. He played third in the first game, playing catcher in this one. Feliciano grounded out to the first baseman, was called out on strikes, and was out on a fly to left center his first time up. He's up there with 2 outs and a runner at second. Nicely blocked by Buffington. That curveball in the dirt. Buffington platoon catcher. Camden Carlin caught the first game. Matt Buffington's catching the second game. That's been the MO so far this year. Turns back to second. Nothing going on back there. 2 outs. 1-0 the count. There's a ground ball headed into left field. Gonna have an RBI base hit for Feliciano. A base hit into left field for 1 RBI. That's going to bring up Joel Scheibe. Scheibe will step in. That's up high. Scheibe starts the day batting 190. He's up there with 2 outs. There's a strike called outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1 run in on the base hit by Feliciano. Hyder had a base hit. That just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Feliciano had the base hit after Hyder got the base hit and stole second. So there's where a stolen base will get you a run where otherwise it would have not. So 3-1 the count on the designated hitter, Joel Scheibe. The fly foul ball, that's going to get out of play over here. Bard over to take a look at it. Nothing doing. Not a lot of foul territory down the lines. More foul territory back here behind the catcher. There's a line drive headed into left field, just over the outreach and jump and leap of Dawson. So a base hit for the designated hitter, and that's going to bring up Will McCombs. Will McCombs will step in with 2 outs and 2 on, trying to get some more for his Cardinals. Feliciano at second, Scheibe at first, strike called to McCombs. McCombs starts the day batting 400. Takes a strike. So 0-2 quickly the count. Simmons ahead of McCombs. That's up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher, kept it at his feet. Nobody could move up. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for the Cardinals. So ball 3. So 3-2 the count. The runners will be off with the pitch. The infielders are telling themselves throw across to Bard. The coaches are telling the runners of Cardinals, hey, make sure he goes to the plate. And there's ball 4. So that's going to bring up Canales. Canales will have his first at bat of the day. Canales starts the day batting 263. He'll step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Bases full of Cardinals. Swing and a miss of that first pitch. 0-1 the count on Carlos Canales, the third baseman. There's a strike, cut across, just barely got the inside corner. 0-2. 2 down. Bottom of the first inning. No score. Excuse me. I say no score. 1 run in for Labette. There's a foul ball. Yeah, but I've got it on my scoreboard and just said it wrong. So I can't blame it on you. So we'll do the 1-2 again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Little bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Just a little bit outside. So 3-2 the count. There's a swing and a miss. So 1 run in the inning for the Cardinals. They take a 1-0 lead. We go to the top of the second. Hey, hit subscribe for me. It helps with that algorithm. I appreciate it. Thanks. Top of the second inning we go. The Cardinals with a 1-0 lead. Jackson James back to the mound for a little more work for the Cardinals. Palmer Hutchison is up. He had a walk, called out on strikes, a double and a ground out. So officially 1 for 3. There's a ball headed in the gap. That's going to be extra bases. Nah, going to think twice about that and come back to first. So a long, the field here is pretty tight. That was hit on a line, and he ends up with a long base hit, does Palmer Hutchison. That's going to bring up Adams. Adams had a walk, popped out to the catcher with a bunt attempt, a fly out to center field and a ground out. So 0 for 3 officially for Caleb Adams. That's outside ball 1. So a leadoff hit for Palmer Hutchison has the leadoff hitter on for the Blue Devils. That misses inside. So 2-0 the count. In the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher Feliciano. 3-0 the count. Strike called outside corner. Adams back in. It's a fly ball headed to deep center field. And that ball is out of the park. So a 2-run home run for Adams into dead center field. The first game, the Cardinals took a 2-0 lead, and the Blue Devils came back with a grand slam home run to negate those 2 runs of the home run by Woodman C. So 2-0 the count to Buffington. Buffington starts the day batting .357. There's a base hit laced into left field. So Buffington lines into left field for a base hit. So still nobody out. Had a base hit, a home run, and a base hit. That's going to bring up Darius Freeman. Freeman had that grand slam in the second inning. He also had an RBI double and then a walk. So 2 for 2 officially with 5 RBI in the first game. There's a foul ball. So lefty versus lefty here. Freeman, the left fielder, at the plate, facing the lefty Jackson James. That's up high. 1-1 the count. Nobody out. Blue Devils batting here in the top half of the second inning, leading 2-1. Foul ball back to the screen. Two balls and a strike. Just a little bit inside. 3-1 the count now. It's a ball headed into center field. And that's going to be off the wall. So Darius Freeman with a line drive to the wall and made a nice effort for that. Did McCombs, but it's kind of short out there off the upper part of the screen. So a double for Freeman. Buffington moves to third. So back to the top of the order, and Cole Dawson going to have a visit to the mound. We'll see if there's any changes. We'll be back. All right, visit to the mound is over. Jackson James will stay in the game. Cole Dawson walked his first time up. Dawson is from Russellville, Arkansas. He'll be up there with runners at second and third, nobody out. It's high and outside for ball one. Comes the 1-0. Strike called outside corner. A little bit of dismay by the Blue Devil faithful on that one. 1-1 strike. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. Buffington at third. Freeman at second. Nicely blocked by Feliciano. Outside. 3-1 the count. In the dirt, ball four. So back-to-back walks for the first two at-bats for Dawson. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman is from Oak Grove, Missouri, went to Green Valley High School. Bosserman takes low and outside, ball one. He flew out, walked, and struck out twice in the first game. So 0 for 3 in the first game. Everybody in on the grass for the Cardinals. Going to make a play at home. There's a strike called. One ball, one strike. That's way outside. So 2-1 the count now. Canales, Lalonde, Torres, and Trammell all in at the edge of the grass. That's in the dirt. 3-1 the count. So Jackson James, 3-1 count. Risking walking in a run here. There's a ground ball wide of Coach Golbeck. So now it's 3-2. Bases loaded. That's ball four low. So an RBI walk for Bosserman. Going to get a visit to the mound. We're going to get a pitching change. We'll get that information and we'll be back. So the pitching change has been made. Max McLean from Colorado comes in. 3.46 ERA in 13 innings pitched. That's going to bring up Bard. He had a soft line drive to the second baseman his first time up. He takes ball one. 1-0 the count on Brendan Bard. There's 2-0. Bard is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Piper High School. He's up there. Nobody out. The base is loaded. There's a ball headed into left field. It's going to be an RBI base hit. Going to have 2 runs score on that base hit by Bard. So 2 more runs in the inning on that base hit by Bard, making it 5-1. So that's going to bring up Pablo Sanchez. Sanchez is from Sidra, Puerto Rico. That ball's foul. So a 2-run home run by Adams. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. So a 2-run home run, then an RBI on a bases-loaded walk, and then 2 RBI by Brendan Bard on that single to left field. Way outside. Max McLean, tall right-hander for Labette. There's a ground ball headed at the second baseman. Lalonde takes the throw from Torres and over to Trammell for the 4-6-3 double play. Runner moves to third base. That's going to bring up Braden Vaughter. Vaughter is from Topeka, Kansas, went to Seaman High School. There's a strike right through there. Runner at third is Bosserman. Misses just a little bit inside and low. 1-1 the count, 2 outs now. McLean on in relief of James. It's a ground ball headed toward the second baseman. Bobbles a little bit, recovers. So Torres over to Trammell for the 4-3 ground out. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils leading 5-1. We'll be back. Here we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Cardinals trailing 5-1. Torres, Lalonde, and then back to the top of the order with Hyder. Torres in the first game had a strikeout, a walk, and a hit by pitch, so he was 0 for 1 in the first game. He'll step in to face the lefty, Simmons. That was a little bit up and or out. Not sure. Looked pretty good. We'll say that it was up. 1-0 the count on Marlon Torres, the second baseman. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss of that pitch. High heater, 1-2 the count. Hutchison, Dawson, Bosserman, Bard from left to right across the infield. Freeman, Adams, and Sanchez across the outfield. There's a foul ball out of play. Buffington behind the plate. William, but goes by Trey Simmons on the mound. Breaking pitch just stays a little bit outside, pretty close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Took quite a little bit off of that one. Just barely missed. There's a foul ball. Lalonde waits on deck, then back to the top of the order with Hyder. It's a ground ball headed at Hutchison. Gets the hop he wants, comes forward to get that so he doesn't have to let a hop play him for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Lalonde. Lalonde was 0 for 3 in the first game. He had a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout in the first game. He'll step in to face Simmons here with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom half of the second inning. There's a ground ball headed at the shortstop, Dawson. He's up with it, throws a one-hopper over to Bard. Bard says, I'll scoop this up and get a 6-3 ground out. Nice job bailing the shortstop out there, did Bard. So back to the top of the order. Top of the order is Hyder. He had a base hit and a stolen base and scored a run in the top of the first. He will step in with 2 outs and nobody on. Tragan is from Houston, Texas. First pitch was a ball, 1-0 the count. That's up high, 2-0 the count. So a ground out to third base and a ground out to short accounts for 2 outs in this inning. The left fielder, Tragan Hyder, that misses outside, so 3-0 the count on the left fielder, Hyder. Strike called outside corner. 3-1 the count. That's that expanded 3-0 strike zone, I think, right there. Comes the 3-1. There's a foul ball back to the screen. So from 3-0 to 3-2 we are now. A high fly ball to center field. With the short fence, that one's going to be out of here. So Hyder with the home run. Both teams recipients of some home runs because of the shallow field here. So the home run, solo home run to center field for Hyder makes it a 5-2 game. That's going to bring up Woodman C. Woodman C will step in with 2 outs. Lefty versus lefty. He was called out on strikes his first time up. That ball just misses a little bit inside. Woodman C is from Webb City, Missouri. Went to Webb City High School. Comes the 1-0. Stays inside. Two and 0 the count. There's a ball headed to deep right field. Is it going to stay in the field? It does. Sanchez was getting all ready to leap out there, and then it just came up a little bit short, and he makes the catch right at the fence. So at the end of 2 full innings, the score is 5-2. We'll be back. Top of the third inning action. Palmer Hutchison scheduled up for the Blue Devils. There's a strike inside corner. He had a base hit to right center his first time up. There's a ball headed to deep right field, and that's going to be off the wall. So a nice effort headed over to the wall was Woodman C there. But that is a double. So a single and a double in the last 2 hits by Hutchison, both of them toward the fence in right center. Hutchison is from Hays, Kansas. That's going to bring up Caleb Adams. Adams is from Leavenworth, Kansas, went to Lansing High School. Pitch breaks way outside. 1-0 the count on Adams. Adams had a 2-run home run his last time up. Must have missed a little bit up. Sure looked good from here, but ruled a ball. 2-0 the count. Nobody out. Hutchison at second. There's a ball snagged by Canales, and then the throw over there. Palmer Hutchison will move to third. I kind of looked down to see who was playing at third. I'm going to think that that was a throwing error there by Canales. He fielded it cleanly with plenty of time, but that's going to leave runners at the corners for Buffington. Buffington had a base hit to left field his first time up. Buffington is from Andover, Kansas, went to Andover Central High School. There's a swing and a miss of that first pitch. So a double to lead off the inning by Hutchison, then an error on the third baseman. Let Adams reach, and Hutchison then moved to third after the throwing error. There's a throw to getting picked off, and a 1-3 tag out of Adams. So now there's one out and a runner at third for Buffington. Going to come in again at the corners. They were at double play depth the last pitch. Now with the runner only at third, everybody's in. There's a high fly ball to left field. We'll see if that stays in the park. And it does not stay in the park. So Buffington with a 2-run home run. Brings the count to 7-2. So with a little bit of aid from the wind and a little bit of aid from the short fences, that's a 7-2 lead for the Blue Devils. First pitch to Darius Freeman is a ball. Freeman is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Shawnee Mission Southwest. There's a ball headed down the left field line. That's going to be foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to the left fielder, Darius Freeman. Blue Devils with the 7-2 lead. They won the first game 8-3. 2 balls and 1 strike. They won the first 2 in Kansas City, Kansas 13-4 and 10-0 on Thursday. So hit by a pitch is Freeman. So down to first he goes. 1 out. So back to the top of the order with Cole Dawson. Dawson has 2 walks in this game. Top of the third inning. Fouled that one back to the screen. 7-2 lead as the Blue Devils bat here in the top of the third. Final game of this 4-game set is a scheduled 9-inning game. McLean on in relief of James. There's a ball headed to deep left field. I think that ball's going to be out, and it is. So a 2-run home run by Cole Dawson. That brings the total to 9-2. So that's going to bring up Parker Bosserman. Bosserman popped out to the first baseman in foul territory, then had an RBI walk. There's a fly ball into shallow left field. Coming hard is Hyder, and 1 hop. So the base hit for Bosserman. Hyder was coming hard but just could not get there. That's going to bring up Bard. Bard hit a soft line drive to the second baseman his first time up. Then a 2 RBI single into left field. We're going to get a pitching change. We'll get that information and we'll be back. Blue Devils lead 9-2 here in the third. So the pitching change has been made. Stephen Fack from Fort Smith, Arkansas comes in. Right-hander comes to the mound. He'll face Brendan Bard. (9-2) lead for the Blue Devils here in the top of the third. That misses a little bit low. Runner at first is Freeman. 2 home runs in the inning, both of them of the 2-run variety. That misses high and outside. 2-0 the count. 1 out, runner at first base. Bard, the first baseman. There's a ground ball, kind of jumped up on the shortstop Lalonde, and Lalonde over to Torres, and Torres on over to Trammell for the 6-4-3 double play. 4 runs in the inning. The Blue Devils take a 9-2 lead. We go to the bottom half of the third. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the third inning. Trammell, Feliciano, and Scheibe scheduled up for the Cardinals. Trammell started the day batting .313. Trammell popped up to the first baseman just right out in front of the plate. He takes ball 1. He leads off the bottom half of the third for the Cardinals. That's a little bit low. The Cardinals trail by 7. 9-2 lead for the Blue Devils. That's way up high, so 3-0 the count. Simmons back for his third inning of work for the Blue Devils. There's ball 4 for Trammell. So a leadoff walk issued to Trammell. That's going to bring up Feliciano. Feliciano has a base hit, an RBI base hit. First time up in this game. He will step in with a runner at first base and nobody out. Comes the pitch from Simmons. That's a little bit low. 1-0 the count. There's a strike called. Feliciano is from Vega Alta, Puerto Rico. Three and 1 the count. Trammell, 2-1, thank you. Trammell is from Bentonville, Arkansas. I missed his hometown. He's at first. Comes the 2-1. And there's a hit by a pitch. So nothing like having a 7-run lead and you walk and plunk the first 2 hitters at the top of the third. We're going to get a visit to the mound. We'll be back. Pitching change has been made. William Hand from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe West. Has a 0.0 ERA with 5 1/3 innings pitched. He comes in with nobody out and runners at first and second. Trammell at second base. Feliciano was hit by a pitch at first, and that's bringing up Scheibe. Scheibe had a base hit to left field his last time up. That was in the dirt, so quickly 2-0 the count from William Hand, the right-hander that's been called upon to take over from Trey Simmons. Both Trey and William Hand and Simmons, both from Olathe West. There's a strike called, 2-1 the count. 2-1 the count. Joel Scheibe, the designated hitter, at the plate. That's low and in the dirt. Buffington behind the plate. Hutchison, Dawson, Bosserman, and Bard from left to right across the infield. Freeman, Adams, and Sanchez from left to right across the outfield. There's a ball just foul. That was headed for the corner and extra bases if he could have gotten that fair, but could not. Was way out in front of it. Not way out in front of it. Just a bit. William Hand on in relief. There's a high fly ball to left field. And Darius Freeman didn't even take a step. He just looked up. So a 3-run home run for Scheibe. So that makes it 9-5. So that's going to bring up McCombs. McCombs has a base on balls. He's playing center field in this second game. McCombs will face Hand for the first time. So 2 of those runs will be charged to Simmons. The other one to Hand. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. There's a breaking pitch, stayed inside. 2-1 the count. That's low. 3-1 the count. Breaking pitch right through there. Strike called. 3-2 the count. Still nobody out. A walk, a hit by pitch, and then a 3-run home run by Scheibe. There's strike 3 called for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Canales. Carlos Canales will step in. Got a pinch hitter 33 here. Caden Krylicek from Carthage, Missouri will pinch hit here. Krylicek is from Carthage, Missouri. First pitch to him is a called strike. Oh, 0-1 the count. There's a ball headed into left field. Coming over to take care of that. So Krylicek is out on a fly to Freeman in left. That's going to bring up Torres, the second baseman. Torres grounded out to the third baseman his last time up. He'll step in with 2 outs. Nobody on. 3 runs in the inning on the 3-run home run by Scheibe. There's a swing and a miss of that first pitch. 0-1 the count. Marlon Torres, the second baseman. There's a strike. Breaks just down across the zone for strike 2. So quickly 0-2 the count. Hand ahead of Torres. Swing and a miss of that high heater for the third out of the inning. So we go to the top of the 4th. Blue Devils' lead has been cut to 4 on the home run by Scheibe, the 3-run home run. Now the score's 9-5. We'll be back. back for another inning of work. Sanchez, Vaughter, and Hutchison scheduled up. Sanchez has reached on an error and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Top of the fourth inning action. 2-0 the count on Sanchez. There's a ground ball headed at the shortstop, Lalonde. Lalonde up with it and over to Trammell for the 6-3 ground out. It's going to bring up Vaughter. Vaughter has grounded out to the shortstop both at bats this game. Braden Vaughter, the designated hitter, steps in on the left-handed side to face the righty Stefan Fack. There's a strike right through there, inside part of the plate. Called strike. There's a strike inside half of the plate. Quickly 0-2 the count on the designated hitter, Vaughter. The ball headed into left field. So an 0-2 base hit just slapped into left field in front of Hyder for a 1-out hit. It's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison. He's had a base hit to right center and a double to right center in this game. He'll step in with 1 out and a runner at first base. Strike called inside corner. Vaughter with the 1-out hit opposite field to left field. Way outside. That ball got past Feliciano, but recognized too late by Vaughter to be able to move up. One ball, one strike, 1 out, 1 on. Pop-up back and over the top of us. So 1-2 the count on the third baseman, Hutchison. Breaking pitch stayed a little up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Trammell holds Vaughter at first. Inside. So now 3-2 the count. Pitch from Fack. There's a ground ball headed into left field. Diving attempt by Lalonde. But Hutchison with a 3-hit game, 2 singles and a double. It's going to bring up Adams. Adams has a 2-run home run and reached on an error. After he reached on the error, he was caught stealing. Strike right through there. Strike called. 0-1 the count. Fack on in relief of McLean. McLean came in after 1 to relieve James. McLean went 1 1/3. There's a foul ball. On to the count, 1 out, runners at first and second. Blue Devils leading 9-5 here in the top of the 4th. Scheduled inning, 9-inning game. There's hit by a pitch is Adams. So that'll bring up Buffington. Buffington has a base hit to left field and a 2-run home run to left field. So there'll be no pitching around him. Stefan Fack on the mound. Swing and a miss of that breaking ball. Started out looking like it was going to be a strike and then went toward the outside, probably a missed outside. Swung right through it. On 1 the count. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Feliciano. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Outside and low. 2-1 the count. Outside. 3-1 the count. Buffington at the plate is the catcher in this second game. Strike called. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases full of Blue Devils. Foul ball off the foot of Buffington, so we'll do the 3-2 again. Another foul ball. Way out in front of that, high chopper down to the more foul side even of Coach Goldbeck. There's a line drive right at the shortstop. Lalonde had to dive just a little bit to get that, but nonetheless, a line drive out by Buffington. That's the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Freeman. Freeman had a double to center field and then hit by a pitch. He's up there with the bases loaded now with 2 outs to face Stephen Fack. Fack from Fort Smith, Arkansas. There's a foul ball turned on. Headed over there toward Cole Dawson. Cole didn't even flinch. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to the left fielder, Freeman. We're going to go with a hit by pitch here, but it appeared to be appealed as a swing. So we'll check that out because I don't know which overrules the other. So he's calling hit by pitch. So hit by pitch with an RBI for Freeman. It's going to make it 10-5. So back to the top of the order in Dawson. Dawson has 2 walks and a 2-run home run so far in this one. Misses just a little bit outside. Looked pretty good to me. Bases loaded. Hutchison at third, Adams at second, Freeman at first, Dawson at the plate. There's a strike outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to the shortstop, Cole Dawson. Swing and a miss of that pitch. One and two the count. Cole Dawson, the shortstop for the Blue Devils. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Blue Devils took the first game today 8-3. They took the first 2 in KCK 13-4 and 10-0 on Thursday. There's a ball back up just off the pitcher's glove. That's going to go as a hit. If he lets that go, the shortstop LeBlanc gets it, but nonetheless off the glove. But that's going to be a hit for Dawson. So another run scores. Making the total 11 so far. So 11-5, bases loaded. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman is popped out. had an RBI walk and a base hit to left center. There's a fly ball to deep right center. That ball is out for a grand slam for Bosserman. So Bosserman with the grand slam there to right center. Going to get a pitching change. We'll get those changes. We'll be back. Going to have a visit anyway and a pitching change. We'll be back. Pitching change for the Cardinals. Caden Robertson from Magnolia, Texas, comes in to pitch. He'll face Bard. Bard has a soft line drive to the second baseman and 2 RBI base hit and a 6-4-3 double play. There's a strike, just cuts across the inside corner. Caden Robertson, tall left-hander, brought that ball from way out wide and back across the inside part of the plate. There's another pitch right there, strike 2. Bard disgusted with that, not because of the call, but because he was able to make those 2 perfect pitches, and he didn't even take a hack at either one of them, so now he's down in the count 0-2. There's a foul ball back to the screen. So he fouls the third offering back by Robertson. Comes the wind in, the 0-2. That's way up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the first baseman, Bard, of the Blue Devils. Blue Devils up 15-5. Foul ball back and out of play. So the count is 1-2, but after the 2 strikes, Brendan has fouled off 2 pitches. There's a swing and a miss in the dirt. Have to throw it down for the out, and they do. So at the end of 3.5, the Blue Devils up 15-5. We'll be back. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Scheduled 9-inning game. William Hand back for another inning of work. Blake Lalonde is up. He grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. Lalonde is from Kennedale, Texas. Went to Nolan Catholic High School. Takes low, ball 1-1-0 the count. Last inning, Lalonde made a nice play. A ball coming through a player, an umpire, and a nice go-get of a ball that came through both of those. There's a strike called, 1 strike to the shortstop, Blake Lalonde. This is just a little bit low. 2-1 the count. Slow. 3-1 the count. Foul ball straight back. 3-2 the count. Ball 4 outside, so a leadoff walk issued to Lalonde. That's going to bring up Hyder. Hyder has a 2-hit game and a stolen base. He had a base hit to right field and a home run to dead center. It was a solo home run. He'll be up there with Lalonde at first base and nobody out to face Hand. Strike right through there, inside corner. Strike called. Swing and a miss. Blue Devils took the first game today 8-3. On Thursday, they took the first two 13-4, 10-0, trying to complete the sweep here. There's a fly ball down the right field line. That's going to be foul. Tragan Hyder, the left fielder. There's an swing there for the strikeout. Didn't mean to, but he did. That's going to bring up Woodman C. Woodman C has been called out on strikes and flew out to right field. He will step in with one out and a runner at first base. Steps in on the left-handed side to face Hand. Swing and a miss of that pitch. Throw down to first, back in safely. Thought the pitch looked pretty good, but I'm not sure what he called. Oh and 2. Wasn't sure what the umpire called, but I thought it looked pretty good. Evidently it was 0 and 2. There's a swing and a miss. So a base on balls and then back-to-back strikeouts. That's going to bring up Zach Trammell, the first baseman. He fouled out right in front of the plate to Bard. Came in and took care of that and then walked his second time up. He'll step in with a runner at first base and 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Misses just a little bit inside. 1-0 the count on the first baseman, Zach Trammell. Misses just a little bit inside. I think Zach's a little surprised that those 2 pitches weren't called strikes. 2-0 the count. That's up high, ball 3. 3-0 the count. So a walk to Lalonde, then back to the top of the order. Hyder strikes out, swinging. Woodman C strikes out, swinging. And now 3-0 the count on Zach Trammell. There's a strike right through there. 3-1 the count. I'd come back and put it right there again. Make Trammell put it in play, although he hits the ball hard. Usually pulls the ball, I'd say, outside corner. There's a strike called, another throw down to first. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Hand was behind in the count 3-0 to Trammell, and he's worked back to 3-2. Bosserman almost behind second base, pulling Trammell to pull. Runner goes. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. We go to the top half of the 5th inning. Blue Devils leading 15-5. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the top half of the fifth inning. Sanchez, Vaughter, and Hutchison scheduled up for the Blue Devils. Tall lefty. Their pitch misses up high. Robertson back to the mound for another inning of work. Sanchez reached on an error, hit into a 4.63, and then grounded out to the shortstop. So for 3 in this second game. 2-0 the count to him. 2 pitches missed by Robertson. There's a strike right through there. Outside half of the plate, right through the zone. 2-1 the count. Foul ball back and out of play. So 2-2 now. To the right fielder, Pablo Sanchez. Strike called on the check swing. It's going to bring up Braden Vaughter, the designated hitter. Grounded out to the second baseman twice and then had a base hit to left field. That base hit to left field with an 0-2 count. Just took the outside pitch and slapped it over there in front of Hyder for a hit. So now lefty versus lefty here with 1 out. There's a breaking pitch, broke right across. Started out like it was going to come right at him and then breaks across the plate. Nice pitch by Caden Robertson. That misses just a little bit high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Vaughter, the designated hitter. 2-1 the count. Way outside. 3-1 the count on the designated hitter, number 15, Braden Vaughter. There's ball 4. So a 1-out walk issued to Vaughter. That's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison, the third baseman. He's got a couple of base hits and a double in this game. 2 of them were to lead off innings. So he's up there with 1 out and a runner at first. That's up high. 1-0 the count. Strike called inside corner at the knees. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. That misses a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. Misses inside. That ball didn't catch the inside corner like the first pitch of the at-bat. So Hutchison was down 0-1. Now it's 3-1. That's ball 4 up high. So a strikeout, then back-to-back walks. It's going to bring up Caleb Adams. Adams had a 2-run home run, reached on an error, and then was hit by a pitch. His 3 at-bats in this game. He'll step in with 1 out and runners at first and second. Vaughter at second. Hutchison at first. Strike called outside corner. Comes the 0-1. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Foul ball out of play down the right field line. One and two the count on the center fielder, Caleb Adams. In the dirt. Ball was blocked by Feliciano, but then shot off the side of his shinnies. So 2-2 the count now. In at the grass is Canales, Lalonde, Torres, and Trammell. All in at the grass. That misses inside, so 3-2 the count. Comes the wind in the pitch. Fly ball headed into left fielder coming on. And misses. That is the left fielder Hyder. I'm not sure that he ever found it. He really came in like he couldn't find it. So 1 run scores on the play. It's going to make it 16-5. And outside to Buffington. Buffington steps in. He's got a base hit, a 2-run home run, and a line drive at the shortstop. It was the line drive that Lalonde made a nice play on because the ball came through the runner, the umpire, and was hit on a line. There's a strike called. So still in at the grass are Canales, Lalonde, Torres, and Trammell. Hyder, McCombs, and Woodman C in right. That run is going to score on a wild pitch, so we're trying to figure out if that was a hit by pitch or a wild pitch. It's going to be a wild pitch to score another run. So 17-5 now. That's up high. So 3-1 the count on Buffington. Buffington, the catcher of the second game. Foul ball back and out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Adams at third. Ball slapped foul down the right field line. We'll do the 3-2 again. Time asked for and granted to Buffington. Robertson on in relief of Fack, McLean, and James. That ball is foul. So we'll do the 3-2 again. James went 1 inning. McLean went 1 1/3. Fack went 1 1/3. And Robertson is now on. Robertson is from Magnolia, Texas. Went to Magnolia West. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. That's going to bring up Darius Freeman. Freeman has a double and 2 hit by pitch, one of them for an RBI. Strike called, breaking pitch right across there. Tough pitch for a left-hander batting on this left-hander, Robertson. See if he can throw another one of those. 0-1 the count. Strike called on the outside corner, so quickly 0-2 the count on Freeman. Blue Devils won the first game 8-3. They took 2 earlier this week at KCK on Thursday. Game was scheduled for yesterday. Today's games were moved back. There's a foul back to the screen. Beautiful all-natural turf field down here at Parsons at Labette Community College. So they had to take care of a little bit of rain to move the game back. There's a ball hit back and off the pitcher, and that's going to be an infield hit off the glove past the umpire, and Lalonde with a nice attempt, but that's going to be a base hit and an RBI for Freeman. Now 18-5. So back to the top of the order, and Dawson. Dawson has a couple of walks, a home run, and a base hit. His last base hit was off the glove of the pitcher, and Lalonde could not get to it. There's a strike right through there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Freeman at first base. Cole Dawson at the plate. There's a ball headed into right field. So a base hit for Dawson. Freeman moves up to second. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman has a pop out to the first baseman, an RBI walk, then a single and a grand slam home run. We're going to get a pitching change. We'll be back with that information shortly. Stay with us. Blue Devils with a commanding lead. We'll be back. Pitching change is made. Ray Rivera from Humacao, Puerto Rico. Left-hander will come in. He'll come in with 2 outs, runners at first and second to face Parker Bosserman, the second baseman. That's a wild pitch. Gets back to the screen, so the runners will move up. Want to know the count on Bosserman. Bosserman, the second baseman. He did have a grand slam his last time up. 2-0 the count. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. There's a ground ball at Lalonde, 1 hop. Lalonde with the 1 hopper over to first base, and then Trammell with his foot off tried to put his foot back across to touch it and did not. We're going to get a check back to see if he got back to tag the base in time with his foot. I thought maybe he did, but I'm not sure that it was in time. I'm going to guess they're going to go with the out here that he did get his foot back in time. Says no that he's safe. Said that he pulled him off and he did not get back in time. So that's going to be an error on the throw that pulled him off to the outfield side. So that's going to be an E6. Did a run score on that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I thought so, but I got all caught up in what was going on there. So Bosserman, that's going to bring up Bard. First pitch to him is ball 1. So that's going to make it 19-5. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Feliciano. Ray Rivera on in relief. There's a swing and a miss. Big cut by Bard on that one. 2-1 the count. In the dirt. 3-1 the count. Runners at first and third. Top of the 5th inning action. That's inside ball 4. Going to have a pinch hitter here. Lee Allen Jr. from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Lincoln Prep. There's a strike right through there. Bases loaded. Lee Allen Jr. to pinch hit for Sanchez. One ball, one strike, the count. That's low. 2-1 the count. It's up and in. 3-1 the count. Strike 2 called. Cut across the inside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. And a hit by a pitch. So another run in. So that's going to bring up the designated hitter Vaughter. He's grounded out twice, had a base hit and walked. There's a strike called right through there. Another strike right through there. Lefty versus lefty coming way across from the first base side. So in tight on the plate now for the 2-strike pitch. There's a swing and a miss. And going to be safe. So the strikeout, but the ball gets back to the screen. So I think we will have a pinch runner or a pinch hitter one. Not sure which here. Going to have a pinch hitter, Brock Stewart. So Brock Stewart will pinch hit for Palmer Hutchison. He's from Gardner, Kansas, went to Gardner Edgerton High School. He'll step in with the bases loaded. And 2 outs. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. Down low, ball 2, 2-0 the count. There's a strike right through there. 2 balls and a strike. Brock Stewart pinch hitting for Hutchison. 3-1 the count on him. Strike called. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Brock Stewart. That's ball 4. So that's going to bring up Caleb Adams. A line drive headed into center field. 1 run will score on the base hit. So Adams with an RBI hit to center field. So that's going to bring up Buffington. Buffington has a base hit, a home run, a line drive, and a strikeout. Swing and a miss of that pitch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Foul back to the screen. There's a swing and a miss. So the Blue Devils bat around +4, actually +5. Strikeout by Buffington. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Blue Devils leading 23-5. We'll be back. All right, in to pitch for the Blue Devils, Joseph Reyes from Barceloneta, Puerto Rico, will be on the mound. Jet Buck has gone into shortstop. Into right field is Lee Allen Jr. There is ball one taken by Josker Feliciano. In at first base is Brock Stewart. Believe that's the changes that we have for the Blue Devils defensively. Not sure, I may have somebody else out in left field still working on that one. There's a ground ball back up the middle. So Feliciano with a base hit up the middle off of Reyes. So that's going to bring up Joel Scheibe. Scheibe has a base hit to left and a 3-run home run. There's a strike called. I think I've got all my changes except maybe my left fielder, and it's hard to see somebody clear out that far. There's strike 2 called. Just if you happen to get it, no worries if you can't. Like to get all the changes and let everybody know when somebody gets in the game. There's a foul ball backing out of play. No worries, thank you. And that is a possibility. That may be Jalen Johnson in left field. There's a ball headed into. So a base hit for Scheibe now. So Scheibe with a 3-hit game. So that's going to bring up McCombs. McCombs has walked and been called out on strikes. He will step in with nobody out and runners at first and second for the Cardinals. Ball one, 1-0 the count. Bottom of the 5th inning. Nicely blocked by Buffington. Outside. So 3-0 the count. Reyes on in relief of Han and Simmons. Simmons went 2, Han went 3. There's a strike called, 3 balls and 1 strike. Actually, Han went 2. There's ball 4. So back-to-back base hits and a walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. So that's going to bring Krylicek up for his second bat. He was pinch hit, roll his last time. Caden Krylicek. First pitch to him is a ball. Want to know the count. There's a strike right through there. Another strike on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. It's outside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. First out of the inning. That's going to bring up Marlon Torres. Torres is grounded out and struck out. He'll be up there with 1 out and runners at all 3 bases, full of full of Cardinals. I don't know where I got that. There's a strike called. So 0-1 the count on the second baseman, Torres. Breaking pitch stays up high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss of that pitch. One and two the count. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So base hit, walk, strikeout, called out on strikes. That's going to bring up Blake Lalonde. Lalonde has a ground out and a walk. He'll step in with 2 outs. Bases full of Cardinals. Sunshiny day. The breeze has let up a little bit, but not a ton. There's a ground ball at the third baseman. Banks will take care of that. Step on the bag for the third out of the inning. So we go to the top of the 6th. Blue Devils leading 23-5. We'll be back. All right, Jalen Johnson pinch hitting for Darius Freeman. He went in and played in left field last inning. Ray Rivera back for another inning of work. Blue Devils leading 23-5. There's a foul ball late swinging and out of play. Jalen Johnson. Jalen is from Blue Springs, Kansas. Went to Blue Springs South High School. way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jalen Johnson. Strike right through there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rivera on in relief for the Cardinals. Pinch hitter Jalen Johnson, not actually a pinch hitter, came in defensively in left field and now up to bat. Check swing. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss of that high heater. So Jalen Johnson out on the strikeout. So back to the top of the order. Jet Buck. Will hit in Cole Dawson's spot. He's from Kansas City, Missouri. Went to Liberty North High School. Strike 1 on him. Jet Buck is hit by a pitch. That's going to bring up Parker Bosserman. Bosserman has popped out, walked, had a base hit, a home run, and reached on an error. Swing and a miss. Actually swinging a foul into the glove of Feliciano. Owen won the count, runner at first. Foul ball backing out of play. I want to remind those of you watching on YouTube, if you'll hit the subscribe, you ring the notification bell, and whenever we go live, you will be notified that the game is being streamed. There's a fly ball to center field. Wilma Combs to take care of that, I believe, for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Bryant Banks. Banks is from Salina, Kansas, went to southeast of Salina. He went in to play first base in Bard's spot his last time up. Strike 1 to him. There's a hit by a pitch. That's going to bring up Lee Allen Jr. He was hit by a pitch his last time up with the bases loaded, so hit by a pitch for an RBI. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Fly ball down the right field line. That's going to be in the bullpen of the Blue Devils and foul. Foul-headed ball headed out into right field. That's going to be foul. So 0-2 the count, 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. I believe I've got a little work I haven't done on my scoreboard here, or did I get it made? There's the last out of the inning by Lee Allen Jr. We'll go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Blue Devils with a commanding lead. We'll be back. Pitching change been made by the Blue Devils. Camden Carlin will come in. Camden Carlin caught the first game. He's from Lawrence, Kansas, went to Lawrence Free State. He will come in, see if he can get some outs here. So scheduled up, back to the top of the order is Hyder, Woodman C, and Trammell scheduled up for the Cardinals. That's outside. Hyder has a base hit, a stolen base, a solo home run, and a strikeout. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hyder. That's outside. It's a high fly ball to center field, going back to look at that, and out for the home run. So Hyder with another solo home run in this game. So that will make it 23-6. That's going to bring up Matt Woodman C. He's been called out on strikes, been out on a fly to right field and struck out. He'll face Carlin for the first time. That ball's inside. 1-0 the count on Matt Woodman C., the right fielder for the Labette Cardinals. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out after the home run by Hyder. There's a foul ball backing out of play. Foul ball out of play again. We'll do the 1-2 again. Tragan Hyder with the home run. Matt Woodman C. Swing and a miss. And throw down to first base for the out. It's going to bring up Trammell, Zach Trammell, the first baseman. He's popped out right out in front of the plate to the first baseman, walked and struck out. He'll be up there with 1 out and nobody on. In the dirt, 1-0 the count. One and 0 the count, 1 out. There's a strike right through there, outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run in on the home run by Hyder. There's a ball headed into center field right at the center fielder. Caleb Adams takes care of that. I think Caleb is still out there. I believe so. So the line drive to center field for the second out. That's going to bring up Josker. Nope, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. So a pinch hit appearance for Zachary Isbell. Isbell is going to hit for Feliciano. Isbell will be up there with 2 outs. Strike. Called 0-1 the count. There's strike 2 called. Comes the 0-2. Misses just a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. It's the wind and the pitch from Carlin. There's a swing and a miss. So a strikeout of Isbell for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Blue Devils leading 23-6. We go to the 7th. We'll be back. Pinch hitter for the Blue Devils. Ethan Beagle from Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Went to Pleasant Hill High School. He'll step in to face Ray Rivera. Rivera back for another inning of work. There's a strike called outside corner. Oh, and 1 the count on Beagle. A little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike to the pinch hitter, Ethan Beagle from Pleasant Hill. He's pinch hitting for Braden Vaughter. Misses just a little bit low. New catcher defensively for the Cardinals, number 26, Matt Madison from Paola, Kansas. Went to Lewisburg High School. 3-2 the count. Lots of changes for the Blue Devils. Lots of changes by both teams. That's going to be a check swing off the knob, out in front, throw down to first for the out. That's going to bring up Brock Stewart. Stewart will step in with 1 out and nobody on. One and 0 the count to Stewart. Stewart walked his last time up. There's going to be a base hit into the outfield. Base hit into center field. That's going to bring up Adams. Caleb Adams has a 2-run home run, reached on an error, hit by pitch, and then 2 RBI base hits. So he is 3 for 4 with 4 RBI in this game. That misses up high, ball 1. Swing and a foul ball into the glove of the catcher, Matt Madison. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. That's inside. Strike called. Two balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Misses just a little bit inside. Sweeping, breaking pitch close to being a strikeout there, but sailed just a little bit inside. It's outside for ball 4. It's going to bring up the catcher, Buffington. Runners at first and second. Buffington up. Buffington has a base hit, a home run, a line drive at the shortstop, and a couple of strikeouts. And misses way inside, ball 1. Swing and a miss of that pitch. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss of that pitch. So 1-2 the count on Buffington. Back to the screen. That's going to be a wild pitch. Maybe a pass ball. Nonetheless, the runners move up 1 notch, station to station. Comes the 2-2. Way back to the screen. 3-2 the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Outside ball 4. Going to get a visit to the mound. We'll see if there's any changes. We'll be back. Pitching change has been made. Number 7, Joel Scheibe from Parsons, Kansas, will come in to pitch. Bases are loaded. First pitch to Jalen Johnson's up high. There's 1 out. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss of that high fastball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jalen Johnson, the left fielder. It's up high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scheibe on to try and eat up this last inning or so. Swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Jet Buck. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. He's up there with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 7th. Want to know the count to him. Foul ball back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Outside. 2-1 the count. Foul ball back and out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. There's a ground ball headed at the third baseman. Krylicek up with that and over to second base to Torres for the final out of the inning. We're going to go to the bottom half of the seventh inning. Blue Devils leading by a bunch. They need 3 outs to finish this thing. We'll be back. Camden Carlin back for another inning of work. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning. Scheibe, McCombs, and Krylicek scheduled up. Scheibe's had a 3-hit game. There's a pop-up over to the right side. And a catch by Brock Stewart out of that. But Scheibe had a base hit, a home run, and a base hit until that pop out to third base. That's going to bring up Will Combs. Combs has walked twice and been called out on strikes. He'll step in with 1 out and nobody on. Swing and a miss of that fastball by Camden Carlin. Another swing and a miss of the fastball, so quickly 0-2 the count on Will Combs, the center fielder. Strike 3 called. It's going to bring up Krylicek. Caden Krylicek, playing at third base. He's been out on a fly to left field and a strikeout. Had a couple of nice plays at third. There's in the dirt, ball 1. So currently the Cardinals are down to their last out by the 10-run rule. They need a whole bunch to keep this thing going. That miss is a little bit low. 2-0 the count. There's a strike called. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike now to Krylicek. There's a strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Cardinals down to their last strike for the time being. Swing and a miss for that one, and that is the final out of the game. So the Blue Devils take all 4 games. The first one today, 8-3, and this one, 23-6. We'll be back on Thursday. I believe Thursday we travel, and then Saturday we'll be back at KCK. Watch the4ts.com. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We will see you next time. That's the end of this one. Be safe and have a nice evening. We'll talk to you soon.